It's the Davey Max Sports Program.
Okay, NBA Finals now.
No, I haven't watched any of them in the last. Are they
Okay,
still
well,
going on?
that's going to be bad. So that's a bad thing because it's over.
I watched all the games the Heat lost.
I like the fact that you're pointing at me. Roy never does
I'm
that.
excited.
It's like it's a weird thing.
It's action.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't
hell's
know.
Gabe going
You're
on
a
about?
fucking weirdo, Gabe.
We're on the radio,
listen.
man.
Listen. I know. Gabe forgot that we were on the radio for a second. Greg Popovich now has 5 rings, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
My question,
He
right
probably
off
should
the-
have 6.
He should have 6 if Ray Allen didn't fuck things up for the Spurs last year. Now, the question is this. Pat Riley also has 5 championship rings. Pat Riley is considered to be, I would say, a top 3 coach of all time with Phil Jackson and Red Auerbach. Does this kick Pat Riley out of that top 3? Because they both have their assets. Popovich's asset would be he won in 99 and then 15 years later won 2014.
And he
None
won-
of those guys did that.
And the ones in between were spaced out like evenly. You know, like
Yes.
it's not like it's a fluke or anything. The
Right.
guy's been doing the same thing for the last 15 years.
So that's insane. It's crazy to think about the amount of success the Spurs have had. 15 years, 5 championships, and it seems like every year they're in the Western Conference Finals. I think the stat was actually 8 or 9 times. Wow. I mean, that means you're winning 2 series every fucking year.
Yeah.
You don't slip up. It's insane. Now, let's think about Pat Riley for a second. He's got 4 with the Lakers. He then fires poor fat Stan Van Gundy and becomes the coach of the Heat and gets his 5th championship with Dwayne Wade and Shaq.
Yeah.
They both have 5. And let's also remember he took the Knicks to an NBA Finals and they should have won, but John Starks went 1 for 90 the last 2 games.
so bad.
And
Why bring that
John
up?
Starks single-handedly shot the Knicks out of a championship.
I have doomed them for 20 years of darkness.
Seriously, that was Patrick's only shot. That was my favorite player, Patrick Ewing's only shot. And for whatever reason, he didn't get the basketball. Crazy-ass headbutting John Starks got the ball, shot it 30 times a game, made it about twice.
That's what, 6 points?
Thanks, John. If he was shooting threes, Gaby.
He wasn't.
So So my point is this. Life on the line. You're on a basketball team.
Okay.
You want Riley? You want Popovich?
I want Riley. Riley's done it in different cities with different teams.
Whoa. Fuck you, Pop. Hey, Pop.
Pop seems to need Tim Duncan, which isn't a bad thing. Tim Duncan's the man.
Know what I call Pop? Because he's got a lot of dried
Pock marks?
acne. Yeah,
Pock
pock
mark.
marks.
Yeah.
I call him Scarface. And then I laugh to myself.
Plus, he sells coke to all the players.
Yeah, he's a fucking Cuban. Scarface.
And I like Pat Riley's look more than Popovich's.
Well, Pat Riley started the whole Michael Douglas Wall Street thing.
Yes.
It's great.
Slick motherfucker.
When I saw Wall Street, I thought
slick.
Pat Riley was in the movie. I was like, wow, Pat Riley's really talented. He coaches the Lakers, and he's starring with Charlie Sheen in this fucking Oliver Stone flick. This guy's amazing.
With the Spurs giving that beatdown to the Heat, they became the most dominant NBA final winners ever with the biggest margin of wins with 70 points.
I don't know.
They scored 70 more points than the Heat, which beat out with the last team to get even close to that was the 65 Celtics with 63 points.
Here's the problem. Dwayne Wade
Crazy.
is done.
Oh, yeah, it's
he's
over.
shot. He's done.
Does he
And-
retire or
and-
is he going to free agency?
No, they listen. The NBA has an amnesty clause. Fucking use it. You're allowed 1 time per season. You can take your biggest contract and say, you know what, good riddance. It's what some Lakers fans have wanted them to do
Yeah.
to Kobe, because Kobe's making $25 million a year.
And broken down as well.
And Dwayne Wade, it's enough. But stay the fuck away from Carmelo Anthony. This is the rumor now that I heard
Yeah.
out of the Daily News that LeBron is going to openly recruit Carmelo. What? Can you talk about 2 guys meshing any worse than a guy who is unselfish in LeBron to the max
Yeah.
and a guy who is Mr. Selfish?
All he wants is shoot. I would like.
LeBron will never get to shoot the basketball.
I want this to happen. I want Carmelo to go to the Heat.
If
I would
I'm-
love to see the clusterfuck.
That will be a
occur.
goddamn train wreck. What do you think about LeBron James being carried in Game 1? Like I was calling him Brandon Stark.
Well, then who is this Hodor? I guess it would have been like Chris Bosh.
Bosh or Anderson would be Hodor. But Bosh just says Birdman, Birdman.